So I'm going to show you how to deal with bridging. Bridging is when your saddle is not contacting in the middle. The first thing to do, if you notice some bridging, when you're looking under the pommel along the top edge of the fitting cushions, and if you see some space, is try making it wider by pulling your fitting cushions down on each side. If that still doesn't get rid of the space, then take your 1/4 inch wedge shim, cut it in the middle, and install it like this, the two pieces back to back. Because these spaces are somewhat elliptical, they go from contact to an increasingly large space and back to contact. And by putting your wedge shims back to back, you match that space without there being an edge of a flat shim that doesn't have any support. And we found this is the best way to shim in the middle so that your filler matches the shape and contour of the space. In this case, I've used 1/4 inch. Most likely you're going to do the same thing on each side. If you have a sway back horse and you've got a large space to fill in the middle, then you may end up using a combination of a flat shim with your cut wedge shims at either end of the flat shim. This way you won't have a space coming off your flat shim without support. I call these transition pieces. In this case, we have a 3/8 thick flat shim, and it tapers back to nothing. And again, this is done with contours to match the space. If you have a very sway back horse, and we've had some horses like this, you can actually layer this by putting another set of back-to-back wedges. So again, you'll notice we keep a nice transition from contact to contact using 2 layers to build it up. And again, you'll want to do the same thing on both sides, being careful to place your filler pieces at the exact location of the space that you see. Put your fitting cushions back on. There's no lumps. You want to feel that there's a nice smooth transition, and you want to look carefully to see that when you put the saddle back on, this curve that you've created matches the curve in your horse's back. If not, you can modify your shim pieces as required so that your fitting cushion matches your horse. Well, that's how to shim for bridging or to fit a sway back horse.